thoughts you want to pass on before you ask the question?
It's just about finishing games and finishing quarters. Struggled in the last couple games with the finish, and I know it's something that the program's going to get corrected. Obviously, a tough one to go out on, but still proud to be USC Trojan, proud of the season we had. Just all about the finish.
Are you able to think about it in this moment, how you came back and were able to, build a foundation?
Yeah, definitely. Tough one. Still, it's going to be stinging for quite a while because it's my last one, but definitely beats some of the seasons we've had in the past, and just excited to have been a part of this program in this year and where it's headed.
Was there any particular moment during the game, I guess in the fourth quarter, where you felt it slipping away and you're trying to gather up that momentum again to bring back?
No, obviously there were some plays we needed to make, some big runs and big explosive plays, kind of repetitive, some explosive plays, but I was still locking in. I think the guys were too about next play mentality. Got them in 4th and long a couple times on that last drive. Just same thing, comes down to finishing and yeah.
What was the message in the locker room after? Did anybody step up player-wise to speak to you guys? Or
everyone, of course, said kind of their goodbyes and thank yous to one another, but Coach Riley led our conversation, kind of reiterating the things, or I was reiterating the things that he said about just being a better team finishing, and that's what it's going to be looking like for the offseason. Thanks to the seniors and the guys who are in their final game for their contributions, but pretty much understanding finish, and that's going to be the message moving forward.
What were those emotions like for you, especially for your final game, just taking off the pads for the final time here?
Definitely a lot. I think there were some leading up to the game too. Just because I've been through a lot in my time here at USC, a lot of new faces, and but always grateful to have been a part of this program. And it's pretty surreal, thinking about going into the game, last 60 minutes, getting to call myself a USC player. Yeah, still, I don't think it's quite all the way sunk in with me yet, but that's kind of where I'm at.
Nick, I'm sure you've answered this question already, but coming to this game, I know the last month you guys talked about the progress on defense. Where do you feel like that didn't connect today?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I thought we had some great bowl prep. I know we talked about it a few days ago. It's just about finishing. I've said finish so many times, but it's true. Finishing tackles, taking the extra step, finishing drives, finishing plays, and ultimately, or quarters, and ultimately the game. So just got to be better on that moving forward for these guys, and I know that they'll get it taken care of this offseason. Disappointing.
Did it feel like the defense was reeling at all on that last Tulane drive, or just they made the plays?
We got them 4th and long a couple times, and it was you got to just finish another play to put it away, and got a couple stops down there in short yardage situation, or where we were at 6.5, and still just finish. I really can't say it enough. I know it's going to be a word that's spoken a lot in our locker room and in our team meeting room for the next 8 months. But yeah, finish, man, finish.
What do you think the disconnect is between what you guys try to establish during the week in practice and what happens in games?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think ultimately the accountability falls on us players, to when we're in those positions to make tackles, to get the guys on the ground. I missed one today, but you can't just have one guy, I have a missed tackle, that somebody else has a missed play, and then eventually those add up and ends up with an outcome like this where you can't put a team away when you have a lead, and then ultimately end up losing the game because you can't make the plays necessary to win the game.
This team is aggressive by nature. Is that maybe part of the reason why when it's time to be conservative, it's hard to dial it back?
No, I think sometimes that mindset of especially in drives like this, the game-ending drive, it's offenses out there, they know they have to make a play, So defense can't really sit on their heels of we just got to get a stop. No, you got to make a play. So I think every play needs to be that mindset, make the play. Everyone on the field, all 11 guys on defense need to be really just fighting to make a play every single play.
Coach Grinch huddled you guys up a couple times on the sideline. What was he saying in those huddles?
really reiterating what I'm saying, it's kind of like the same message. It's like everybody, it's individual accountability. The team is just the sum of individuals and the sum of their steps and hands and eyes and what they do on any given play. So just being dialed in and locked into assignments, working the best to execute. And ultimately, I've said it so many times and I apologize, but like finishing, it's tough. Finish.
Do you feel like his voice is still resonating with the group?
Yeah, definitely. I know guys are bought into it, and it's they know moving forward what the expectation is. It's never changed. Like we talk about the things that our goals as a defense: straining to the ball, playing together, out physically our opponent, getting takeaways, and ultimately finishing. And I mean, it's not those principles. You could say it any single way you want. You could have a different slogan, but the team that does those things the most, checks the most boxes, they're the team that wins the game. And so I think, we're still there.
With all the seniors on the defensive line, what's going to be your biggest memory of being with those guys day in and day out?
We had a really tight group over the last 4 years, and it was really like a brotherhood within the brotherhood. And I know we're all going to stay tight forever. And I think some of my best memories are like over summer, and we would get a day off, and our whole group would go like to like a sand dune and go run the dune, or like go run mountains and go get food together and just spend time like with one another. And that type of camaraderie you'll never find anywhere else. Like so I'm definitely gonna miss it, and I know our seniors leaving, guys leaving, are gonna miss that.
And coming from a JUCO and having the awards that you got, what are you most going to take away from your college experience?
I'm just so grateful to USC. So grateful for the opportunities I've been given here. The university's changed my life. I remember when I signed, I was like talking about how, it hadn't fully recognized, or it hasn't really resonated with me what it would mean to like become a Trojan. And 4 years now, looking back, like my life has completely changed. I have opportunities that I would have never dreamed of after football, or to further my career. So I'm just so grateful to USC and to Coach Riley and all these guys that came in a year ago to change the trajectory of the program.
Apologies for coming in a little late. I'm sure you've already addressed this, but what was it about Tulane that made it tough? Tough to stop?
I had said it so many times, but like just finishing. They're a team kind of similar to us, had a tough season last year, and there was going to be no quit in them. Like they fell behind a couple times on the scoreboard. They never worried about that. Like same thing. We got to try not worry about that and continue to make plays. They continue to make their plays. Didn't worry about the outside stuff and just continue to make plays. So we ultimately just needed to be better about doing that too.
And what did you think of, they come from a group of 5, but the running back, the talent level, the quarterback, what did you see from them in terms of, not really comparing to what you see in the Pac-12, but just when you got on the field with them, what kind of talent level was there from those guys?
They were a gritty group. They took advantage of the opportunities they had. 22 is a great back. We knew it going into this game, and he performed outstanding. And ultimately, though, there had to be more plays made on him. Like, it wasn't a surprise, like, they have this super talented running back and quarterback who's going to sit there and make the plays, like, pull the ball and run. So I think just doing a better job, like, on the defense would have made the difference, like, just getting guys on the ground and finishing plays. Sorry, I keep saying finish, but you guys know you got to finish.
It seemed like the defense was pretty high on the bowl practices you had. What was kind of the disconnect between what you guys were feeling and the performance tonight?
It's pretty brutal. It's a tough question because we worked super hard over a month and we really don't have anything to show for it. I'm not sure, Keely. I'm not sure.
Thanks, Nick.
I know this may be lost in the loss, but Raesjon Davis stepped up for you guys. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, I'm excited for him. Made some big plays when we needed it, and I think I had said it a couple days ago. Like he's just been a guy that's like worked hard and not worried about the outside noise. There's a lot of pressure on you when you come in as a highly touted recruit, and he just continued to work and try to put himself in the position to get the opportunity to make plays. And then today, got the opportunity to make plays. I'm excited for him, and I know he's excited moving forward.
What do you think changed with this defense the last few games?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think sometimes guys just lost like the edge of like I got to be the one to make the play. every time the ball is snapped, and that's just something that's got to be thought of more by the guys every single time they line up. Is like this is an opportunity for me to make the play, but yeah, got to be better.
Was there a sense of disbelief as it was unfolding in the final few minutes?
I wouldn't say, because we just have to like respond. So I definitely after the game, like, man, how did we let that one slip away? But we didn't get the stops we needed in the second half. We didn't play very well, so it wasn't like how to put that. I don't know. Just we weren't getting the stops we needed. Like I wouldn't say there was evaluation in the moment, but after the fact, it's like, man, one stop away, you just got to make a stop, like on all those opportunities.
Was there anything at halftime that Grinch wanted to adjust or change?
Just talking about our fundamentals as a defense and like I said them earlier, but like straight into the ball, out-physicaling our opponents, finishing and getting takeaways, playing together, and those things didn't show up when we needed them, and we had to be better. We got to take accountability as players.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, thank you guys.